So hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of F1 2017 Career Mode. Today we're doing episode number 33 for the Malaysian Grand Prix of Season 2. But before we get started into today's, typical Malaysian wet race, let's hear an update from Chris about the R&D.
Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Thank you, Chris. So, apparently Jeff and Chris know each other, but there's the new Sashi upgrade that we installed a couple of race weekends ago, and we'll look more in depth at what we're going to do for the next video at the end of the video. But you can see here we're on the grid in P5. And straight away it is rain to start off with, but only shortly, so that'll be about 5 laps, and then there's rain to finish, so there's going to be, we could stretch it to be just 2 stops. We'll have to wait and see. It also depends on how long this rain goes on for. It might be 3 stops, or it might be 2 on a medium or something like that. Here we go, 5 red lights and out and away we go from P5 on the grid. Ricardo once ahead of this wants an absolutely dreadful start. Ocon jumps us off the line, and already we are going down the inside though. Back down the inside of our teammate as well, Daniel Ricciardo, and we're going to try and do what Vettel did to Weber a few years ago, and we do indeed get the edge on the Australian. Move up into P4, which is what we want to see. But actually Bottas is ahead. Looks like he's struggling. So Mercedes looks like they're struggling in this wet early period, which is going to play for the extra new Sashi upgrade on our car. I'm running in a little bit more downforce as well. I'm 8 front wings instead of the usual 7 around here that I usually do. So in addition with you may say it's a bit of a gamble with the dry period, but nevertheless I think it will help us in the end, and it's definitely going to help us in this wet period, because we go dive it down the inside of Valtteri Bottas and move up into P3. So it's good that, but I'm not sure what Ricardo's what's setup is like, but if that's got the extra downforce, but definitely that extra downforce is helping us in this first thing. And we actually set the fast lap of the Grand Prix on lap 3, 1:53.0 in wet conditions. And Hamilton there, it seems Raikkonen definitely is being held up by Hamilton. I'm not sure if that Ferrari is out in front, whether it would sail off into the distance or not. But of course Raikkonen, being Raikkonen, he's always a little bit drunk, so I'm sorry Raikkonen fans, but he has been since 2008. But anyway, we go down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen, and sooner or later Lewis Hamilton, who is, I don't know, thinking about his dogs, thinking about his music career, I don't know, maybe he's got a track on in the car while he's driving, I don't know. But anyway, he's too busy thinking about himself and not about others, and as a result we take the lead off him, and Raikkonen sobers up just enough in the final corner the lap later to take P2 off him. So it is now ourselves from Raikkonen, and then Hamilton, and then Bottas and Ricciardo, with Alonso doing well in the background. But moving to lap 5, and we sort of open a 2-second gap to Raikkonen. Hamilton is a further 4 seconds back, and it is lap 5, but it's already time to make the change to some soft tyres. Now the question is, obviously it's 2 sets of softs at the end of the race. Can we get this to work, to stretch this to the second rain period? That we'll have to wait and see. We might have to make another set of soft tyres. DRS is enabled, that's the universal sign that it's time to go onto dry tyres. But yes, it'd be interesting to see what the AI do, whether they go onto soft tyres or not, whether they go onto mediums. If they go onto mediums, then we might be in a little bit of a pickle if the rain doesn't come. But equally, if the rain doesn't come heavy enough at the end of the race, then we could also have the advantage over them with them going on their medium tyres. We'll have fresher tyres at the end of the race, so this could go either way. This Raikkonen comes in as well. There was a little bit of contact between ourselves and Raikkonen, again not as much as Hamilton did at Canada, but nevertheless still a little bit of contact, and we come out ahead. Bottas has stayed out, which is, and Van Dorn, which that's pretty much as their race is gone from their point of view. They're not going to be getting back into it. In actual fact, we catch up to Van Dorn. That's how slowly he was going. At the end, it's still raining a little bit in the middle sector here, and you can see the amount of spray we're getting off the back of Van Dorn. We in the end though, we bully Van Dorn out the way. It was harming our tyres, beats stuck behind it, and we move on into P2, which of course will be P1 at the end of the lap when Bottas comes in to make his stop. However, behind us, Sebastian Vettel, well, he had that issue, he got a penalty. He pitted at the right time, jumped Perez and Ricciardo, but however, suffered a puncture, which is unfortunate for him, not getting any lap today for Sebastian Vettel. But moving to lap 13 now, and you can see that Lewis Hamilton has eventually caught up to us, and Daniel Ricciardo has also overtaken Sergio Perez. Let's have a look at how he did that. So really round the outside, really getting the better of that Sashi over the Force India. So it's nice to see Ricciardo is finally getting his mojo back after a poor start to this season, and you can see that Hamilton is up in the ante. He wants this victory after, was it 2017 when he had that disappointment? Was it 2016? I forget. I think it was 2016 actually, when Ricciardo came to win. But obviously, we're getting to the middle half of the race, and the rain is scheduled to come back. But moving to, this is lap 15 now, and there's an ongoing problem for Mercedes, and that is tyre wear. They don't seem to be able to struggle on the soft tyres. Our tyre wear is only at 41% on the right front, on the left front at this moment in time. Hamilton is pitting, and he's going to go on to the medium. So Hamilton going on the mediums. Mercedes don't have the tyre wear to be able to maintain a two-stop strategy on from inters to softs. They've had to go to the medium tyre, the harder tyre. But clearly that, as in 2018 in the game, this is something we might see more of in the 2018 game, is the Mercedes having to make that extra stop because onto the harder compound of tyre, because the softer compound of tyre isn't working for them. As we saw in Monaco, well, the middle compound wasn't working for anybody. But you can see here, it's lap 19 now, and the raindrops aren't coming yet. We're gonna have to gamble now, because Hamilton is romping those laps in. He's going hammer time. Moving to lap 22, it is starting to rain now. There's a few droplets on screen. It is not ready though for inters just yet. So we're going to have to hang on with pretty much getting towards 70% tyre wear. But it doesn't matter, because the man we were looking to try and gap, he was closing in on us. Lewis Hamilton is out the race. History has repeated itself here. Hamilton pulls off. Mechanical failure by the looks of it. That's him out the race. Virtual safety car has been called, and I did ask Jeff about whether it was time to pit for inters, and he said yes, it was time to pit for inters. As you can see here, I asked the tyre status, so definitely he said yes to that. So I said, okay, well, we'll take the gamble. Well, Ricciardo's some 40 seconds behind, and our left front's at 66%. It is screaming to get to stop driving, but nevertheless, virtual safety car is ending at this moment in time. So we're going in. DRS has been enabled though, so that was when the conflict happened, and I asked Jeff again, is it time for inters? And he said no. So Jeff clearly can't make up his mind. It's going to get the inters within a lap or so. You see that Ricciardo is some 36 seconds behind, but he has made an extra pit stop. So again, Ricciardo, he's not on the level to challenge us just yet, but we're going on for a couple more laps as it is. It might be this lap actually. It is getting a little bit wetter. The sun has disappeared behind one of the clouds at turn 1. Definitely the spray is now starting to come off. 68% on the front left now. So we're going to get the crew ready nevertheless. You can see there that these tyres are starting to go there, a little bit of a twitch there going round, and so yes, it's definitely time for a change, and DRS has been disabled as well now. But there we go, that's the universal sign. It is time for the intermediate tyre. So we are going to come in at the end of the lap, but Hamilton, well, this was his big chance with Raikkonen now way behind because of him crashing into us on his own accord, and Vettel not also developing puncture. Bottas being really hampered by Mercedes' strategy to prefer Hamilton. This was Hamilton's big chance to get some major World Championship points and move up into potentially to be in the lead of the World Championship, but it's gone wrong for Hamilton here. But yes, we're coming into the pits, intermediates, and we are going to comfortably be ahead of Ricciardo. And saying that though, the sun was actually there, a little bit of glare there, peaking as it peaked behind the clouds there. So definitely, and out of the pits we come, and Ricciardo's just entering the pits now, so we've got a whole pit stop over him. So out we come into P1, and we can train the race. Now this is Valtteri Bottas a lap later, and he now develops a puncture, same as Vettel did, pretty much soon after he pitted the soft tyre. So punches are high here in Malaysia. So Bottas is going to slip even further now down the rankings, and at exactly the same time, Lance Stroll is out of the race with an engine failure. So that's, of all the engines that are available, Mercedes has had two mechanical failures. But anyway, while we hold that thought, we come on the back straight and are about to lap Sebastian Vettel, who's pretty much almost a lap down. Doesn't matter. At the final corner we come to do something I thought we'd never do, to win the Malaysian Grand Prix. P1, absolutely fantastic. P1, absolutely fantastic. It's a Red Bull Wanter as well, which helps us immensely in the World Championship. Sergio Perez gets a superb P3. Fernando Alonso, big points in McLaren in P4. Ocon P5. Sainz and Kvyat P6 and 7. Magnussen 8th. Bottas with that puncher finished 9th, and Grosjean gets the final point ahead of the two Renaults, and Van Dorn once again not living up to the heights of Alonso. So there's suspicion about Van Dorn, both in real life and of course in the game. Raikkonen 15th in the end, so making 5 stops with Massa and Vettel. Clearly their stops did not go well for them. Stroll and Hamilton were the young finishers. In terms of the championship, though, we lead. I have the championship lead by 13 points to Bottas. and a further 23 to Raikkonen. This is a shock because I have never led a championship on this channel. I know I haven't done many career mode races, but still, to be leading now when we started the career at Toro Rosso is fantastic. We're still a long way off the pace of Red Bull, but in the constructors. But hopefully, by the end of season 3, we should win the constructors. We're only going to get better at this as we upgrade the car and the Carlo comes into play. We have now had 981 resource points, which is enough for another upgrade. We're going to get even more of that. That's going to go up to 1001 with our first driver bonus. In terms of the rival against Ocon, we pretty much got 5 to his 1, and that is approval ratings. Well, the team are happy with us. McLaren are pretty much 100% going to be offering us a deal at the end of the season, but we will be sticking with Red Bull for this career. We won't be looking to change the team. So yes, we're out in the open. And that's if you win, you don't get from fresh oranges, and it's the same mangy oranges from Australia in season 1, and the same water that's been sitting there. Probably been I don't know, bird poo's some birds probably had a poo in there by now. But yes, we're good for engines as well for the end of the season. But yes, as well. Let's have a look now at the R&D, which I'll get onto in just a moment. Here's the our records: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 podiums now. 2 race wins this season. Well, there you go. More consistency. However, we still have the bogey race, Mexico City. I've never scored points there in any race. Never mind just on this channel or on there. Okay, to the R&D. Obviously, the engine was still lacking in that thing, so definitely engine power is something we're going to do, and that will be coming for the United States as well, which will be handy with that long back straight. So hopefully it doesn't fail, and that comes in. So that's going to be it for today's career mode video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more F1 2017 career mode videos as and when they come out. Also F1 2018 game news as soon as features are released. If you've missed any of the features that have already been announced, then, and also the leaked features as well, you can find them in the playlist that's in the description below. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.